When I walked into my daughter's house, I was breathless. The living room set, the chandelier, the wall colors. I had chosen them all 3 years ago. But she told her friends, "My mom has terrible taste." If this story touched your heart, click subscribe and let me know in the comments which city or country you're listening from. I'm genuinely curious where you're watching from. I'm grateful to everyone who comments. My name is Emma Hartley. I'm 54 years old and have spent the last 30 years in Bellwood, a small town in Vermont. It had been 5 years since I lost my husband Robert to cancer. Since that day, life had become a quiet routine. Coffee in the mornings, gardening in the afternoons, books in the evenings. My only daughter, Olivia, had moved to Boston 3 years ago. The bright lights of the city, career opportunities. As far as I could tell, she had found herself there. Or so I thought. Last week, Olivia's phone call came on a Sunday morning. Her voice was controlled and distant, as usual. "Mom, I want you to come to Boston this weekend. Would you like to see my new place?" My heart raced. She hadn't invited me to her home in 3 years. She always found excuses. Work is too busy. The house is messy. "Another time, Mom, I promise." "Of course I'd love to come, sweetie," I said, trying not to let my voice tremble. "Great. I'll be waiting for you at 2 p.m. on Saturday. I'll text you my address." That was it. The conversation ended. He didn't say, "I missed you." He didn't say, "It will be nice to be with you." Just an appointment, like going to the dentist. But I was hopeful. Maybe this was a beginning. Maybe the ice that had formed between us after Robert's death was melting. I set out early on Saturday morning. It was a 3-hour drive to Boston. I brought along the apple pie Olivia loved as a child. It was a special recipe, one Robert's mother had taught me. Olivia always asked for this pie on her birthdays when she was little. Boston's traffic overwhelmed me. The crowded streets, the tall buildings. How different it was from our small town. The GPS took me to a street in Beacon Hill. When I stopped in front of the apartment building, my heart skipped a beat. It was a magnificent building, brick on the front, decorated with stained glass windows. I didn't know Olivia lived in such a luxurious place. I rang the doorbell. 2 minutes later, the door opened. The woman standing in front of me was my daughter, but at the same time, she wasn't. Olivia's hair was perfectly combed. She wore elegant pants and a silk blouse. Her smile was cold and professional. "Mom, welcome," she said, and planted a quick kiss on my cheek, almost a mechanical gesture. "Hello, sweetie," I said, wanting to hug her, but she had already turned inside. We climbed the stairs. When she opened the apartment door, I felt time stand still. Have you ever experienced something like this? Have you ever seen someone steal your ideas, your taste, and claim them as their own? I walked in and couldn't believe my eyes. The living room set, those grayish-blue velvet armchairs, the coffee table with brass legs, the large mirror on the wall, they were all pieces I had chosen 3 years ago. Olivia and Adam were moving into their new home and had asked for my help. We had spent weeks flipping through catalogs together, hours in showrooms. At the time, Olivia had been indecisive. "Mom, you decide. You have better taste," she said. Now, here in her apartment in Boston, she had the same furniture, the same chandelier hung from the ceiling. The walls were painted the same cream beige color. Even the plant stand in the corner was the same. "It's beautiful, isn't it?" Olivia said, looking around proudly. "I picked everything myself." I told Adam, "Trust me, I know a little about interior design." My heart sank. I wanted to open my mouth, but no sound came out. "My friends always compliment it when they come over," she continued. "Especially Madison, my coworker," she said. "Olivia, your taste is amazing. Your mom's taste must be awful. You didn't get any of that from her." That sentence stabbed my heart. Olivia laughed. She really laughed, as if it were a hilarious anecdote. And I said, "Yeah, my mom is from the classic mom and dad generation. She loves everything flowery and old-fashioned. I'm more modernism." I had trouble breathing. My hands were shaking. "Mom, are you okay? You look a little pale." "I'm fine," I whispered. It's been a long journey." "Sit down, I'll make you some tea." As she went to the kitchen, I was left alone in the living room. I sat down on the couch, the one I had chosen, and looked around. Everything was there. Those little pillows, the candle holders, even that abstract painting on the wall, I had chosen them all, every single one. What would you have done? Would you have said something right away, or would you have stayed silent? Olivia returned with the tea. We chatted for a while, but the conversation felt artificial and forced. She talked about her job, her new project, how her boss was going to promote her. I listened, but my mind was on the furniture. Adam is coming home tonight, she said. We're having dinner together. I made a restaurant reservation. I want you to come too. Thank you, sweetie. An hour later, Olivia went to the bathroom. I was left alone in the living room. I got up and wandered around the house. I looked in the bedroom. The bedspread, the curtains, the bedside lamps. They were all my choices. I went to the guest room. Same thing. I went back to the kitchen. The shelf on the wall, the decorative objects on it. Everywhere was filled with my taste. But I was a ghost. I wasn't there. Dinner was a nightmare. When Adam arrived, he greeted me warmly, but he remained distant even when Olivia was there. When we sat down at the restaurant, Olivia was texting her friends. Adam was talking about his work. I sat there silently, like a ghost. Emma, do you like the house? Adam asked. It's beautiful, I said, trying to sound as calm as possible. Olivia has great taste, doesn't she? I don't know anything about choosing furniture. She did everything. Olivia smiled. Yes. It took me a while, but I'm very happy with the result. It was a lie. Every word was a lie. But why? When I got home, as I was leaving Boston, I sat in my car and cried. I cried silently, uncontrollably. My daughter had erased me, not just from her life, but from her contributions. My ideas, my tastes were now hers, and I was just the bad taste mom. When I returned to Bellwood, my house felt different, like I was in a strange place. I sat in the living room and thought. I thought about it for days. Why was Olivia doing this? Why had she rejected me? Olivia was very distant during Robert's illness. She had just started a new job and was very busy. Mom, I can't come. I really have a lot of work, she would say. She was even late for his funeral because her meeting ran long. Something broke between us after that day. Maybe she hadn't forgiven me. Maybe she blamed me for growing up without a father. But stealing? Stealing my ideas and presenting them as her own? That was unacceptable. A week later, I found Olivia's friend Madison's Instagram account. Her profile was public. Her latest post featured photos of Olivia's house. Caption: Gorgeous home tour at Olivia's place. Her taste is impeccable. Love the vintage modern vibe. The comments were full of praise. Where did she get that couch? I need that chandelier. Olivia, you're so talented. My blood ran cold. That night, I made my decision. I wasn't going to stay silent, but I wasn't going to scream and shout either. Olivia was gaining social credit by using my taste. What if I showed the truth? The next morning, I rummaged through my old files. Robert and I always loved taking photos. I had taken dozens of photos, especially while decorating Olivia's old house. There they were. Photos I took at furniture, showrooms, catalogs, order invoices, emails, all dated 3 years ago. I gathered the files. Then I made a simple video. Side-by-side comparison. On the left, my photos from 3 years ago. On the right, Madison's Instagram post. The same couch. The same chandelier. Everything the same. I wrote this under the video. When your daughter tells her friends, my mom has terrible taste, but uses every single piece you picked out together. These photos are from 2022 when I helped her decorate. I'm proud of her home. I just wish she was proud of where her taste came from. Love doesn't need credit, but honesty does. Was I doing something wrong? Should a mother expose her daughter like this? I hesitated. My finger hovered over the share button. Then I thought, Olivia made me a ghost. Now I'm showing the truth. I pressed the button. The video spread instantly. At first, a few friends commented, "Oh, Emma, this is so sad. Why did Olivia do this?" Then the shares multiplied. Someone posted the video on a family dynamics page. Then another. Then an influencer. Within 2 days, the video went viral. Thousands of comments poured in. This is so sad. Moms do everything and get no credit. Olivia should be ashamed. That's straight up plagiarism. Poor Emma. I would be heartbroken. Madison's post was flooded with comments. Did you know Olivia's mom picked all this out? This is stolen valor, but for interior design, LOL. Olivia's phone came on the third day. Her voice was trembling. I couldn't tell if she was angry or sad. Mom, what did you do? I showed the truth, I said calmly. You ruined me. My friends are laughing at me. Madison won't even talk to me. Olivia, Just what? You destroyed my life. Why? Why did you do this? I raised my voice for the first time. Because you ignored me. Because you stole everything I did for you and acted like I never existed. There was silence on the phone. Then Olivia started crying. Real, deep crying. Mom, I wanted them to love me. At work, in my circle of friends, everyone is so perfect. Their homes, their lives. I wanted to be like them. Your taste was nice, but it wasn't my taste. But everyone liked it, and I adopted it because I couldn't find anything else in myself. My heart broke again. But this time, it was different. Sweetheart, I said softly, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. But I don't know who I am, Mom. After Dad died, everything changed. I changed too. And I blamed you. You were there. He wasn't. And you ran away, I said. From me, from the pain, from everything. Yes. Do you think forgiving is easy? A week later, Olivia came to Bellwood. When she knocked on the door, she had a small suitcase in her hand. Her face was bare, her eyes swollen. Can I stay for a few days? She asked. Of course, sweetie. That evening, we sat at the kitchen table. We shared apple pie, and for the first time, we really talked. Olivia told me how she disappeared after her father died, how she created a fake identity in Boston, how she lied to her friends. Everyone thinks I'm strong, successful, perfect Olivia, she said, but I'm just a scared girl. I held her hand. Being scared is okay, but lying, that wears you down. The next day, Olivia posted on Instagram, I need to come clean. The home you all loved, my mom decorated it, every piece. I took credit because I wanted to seem put together, talented, worthy. But the truth is, I was lost. I'm still learning who I am, and I'm learning that honesty is better than perfection. Mom, I'm sorry, and thank you for teaching me again. The comments were different this time. Takes courage to admit this. Respect. We all struggle. Thanks for being real. Your mom sounds amazing. Lucky to have her. That weekend, we redecorated Olivia's house together. This time, we found her true taste. Vibrant colors, modern art pieces, minimalist furniture. It wasn't my style at all, but it was Olivia's. It was truly hers. On the way home, Olivia asked me, Mom, do you forgive me? I can't forgive you because I never blamed you, I said. I just wanted you back, Olivia cried. I cried too, and for the first time in a long time, we were both free. A week after Olivia left Bellwood, her life was turned upside down, but maybe for the first time, it was heading in the right direction. When she returned to Boston and entered her apartment, she felt strange. She used to find this house perfect. Now it just looked like a stage, a set designed for Instagram, not real. When Adam came home that evening, Olivia was sitting in the living room, looking at the furniture around her. Hey, said Adam, setting down his bag. Are you okay? You seem a little distracted. Olivia took a deep breath. Adam, I need to talk to you. Adam's face tensed. That sentence was never the beginning of good news. What's wrong? This house. These furnishings. None of it is mine. It was all my mother's choice. I just lied. To everyone. including you. Adam was silent for a moment. Then he shrugged. I knew. What? Olivia, we've been together for 3 years. I know your taste. These pieces of furniture were never your style, but I thought you were happy. It didn't matter who chose them. What mattered was that we had a home. Olivia closed her eyes. I lied to you too. I lied to myself. The man sat down next to her and held her hand. So, what do you want to do now? I want to change everything. I want to make the real Olivia's home, together with you. Adam smiled. Then let's get started. The following week, Olivia and Adam spent their weekends in furniture stores, art galleries, and flea markets. Olivia had a hard time making decisions at first. She had lived according to other people's expectations for years. It was difficult to find her own voice. One Saturday afternoon, in an antique shop, Olivia found a strange lamp, made of brass, Art Deco style, with green glass. Completely absurd, completely different. That's crazy, said Adam. I know, said Olivia. But I like it. I really like it. Then let's get it. They bought the lamp, and Olivia realized for the first time that she had chosen something without caring what others might think. When they got home, they ordered a vibrant orange sofa to replace the old gray-blue one. They hung abstract, colorful paintings on the walls. They put open shelves in the kitchen, filling them with ceramic mugs and plants. The house began to reflect Olivia's true personality. Bold, vibrant, a bit chaotic but sincere. Have you ever felt lost under someone else's expectations? And how long did it take to find yourself again? 2 weeks later, a message came from Madison. Want to grab coffee? We need to talk. Olivia hesitated but agreed. Meeting Madison meant confronting old lies. When they met at the coffee shop, Madison was cold but curious. I saw your Instagram post, she said directly. It was bold. Or stupid, Olivia said. I haven't decided yet. Madison stirred her coffee. Why did you lie? I mean, who cares who picked out the furniture? Olivia thought for a long time. Because everything felt like a race. At work, in our circle of friends, everyone seemed to have the best home, the best career, the best life. I didn't want to fall behind. But you weren't falling behind, said Madison. You were already enough. But I didn't feel enough. Madison shook her head. You know, I have a fake persona too. At work, I'm super organized Madison. At home, I'm Madison who eats pizza while the laundry piles up. No one sees the real me, because I don't show it. For the first time, Olivia saw the person behind Madison. Not perfect, just human. Maybe we're all a little bit fake, Olivia said. Maybe, Madison said. But you're trying to be honest. That's something. When they finished their coffees, Madison smiled. By the way, I saw pictures of your new place. That orange couch. Crazy. But so you. For the first time, Olivia felt like she had received a genuine compliment. A month later, Emma came back to Boston. This time, the invitation was different. Mom, do you want to see my house? My real house? Emma eagerly accepted, but inside, she still felt a little scared. What if Olivia pulled away again? What if this was just a temporary truce? When she opened the door, Olivia looked different. Her hair was more natural, her makeup lighter, her clothes more comfortable, and her smile. It was a real smile. Welcome home, Mom. This time the hug was real. Long, warm, sincere. When she stepped inside, Emma was shocked. The house was completely different. Nothing was the same. The colors were vibrant, the furniture eclectic, Olivia's personality in every corner. This is incredible, Emma said. Do you like it? Olivia asked excitedly. Honey, this is your house. Your taste. Of course I like it. They sat in the kitchen. Olivia made tea this time, without rushing, chatting. Mom, I want to show you something. Olivia went to the bedroom and brought back a box. Inside were photographs, old photographs, from Olivia's childhood, with Robert in the garden, baking cookies with Emma in the kitchen, family dinners. I didn't bring these photos to Boston, Olivia said. Because I was trying to forget my past, but now I understand. Your past defines you. You can't escape it, and you shouldn't. Emma wiped the tears from her eyes. Sweetheart, Mom, I need to apologize to you more. Not just for the furniture. When Dad died, I blamed you. Irrationally, unfairly. But you were there, and he wasn't. And I couldn't accept that. I thought I could escape the pain by distancing myself from you. But you couldn't escape, Emma said softly. No, I just got more lost. Pain sometimes drives people apart, but true healing comes from facing it together, doesn't it? That evening, when Adam came home, the three of them cooked dinner together. Emma's famous lasagna. Olivia made salad. Adam baked bread, which was a disaster, but they all laughed. They sat at the dinner table and, for the first time, felt like a real family. Adam turned to Emma. Emma, it's nice to get to know Olivia's mother, not just the woman who raised her, but the real you. Emma smiled. You're a good man, Adam. You take good care of my daughter. I do my best. After dinner, the three of them sat in the living room. Olivia started playing the piano. Emma didn't know Olivia had continued piano lessons in Boston. She played Chopin's Nocturne, Robert's favorite piece. When the music stopped, the room fell silent. Then Olivia turned. If Dad were here, what do you think he would say? Emma thought. He would be proud, because of your courage, and because you try to be honest. I hope so. The next morning before Emma left, Olivia gave her a small gift, carefully wrapped, tied with a blue ribbon. Open it. Emma opened it. Inside was a frame, and inside the frame a collage of old and new photos. Emma and Olivia, 3 years ago at a furniture showroom. And next to it, Olivia and Emma, last week, choosing new furniture. Underneath, a note. Mom, my old taste and my new taste are both thanks to you, because you taught me how to choose. Thank you. I love you. Olivia. Emma couldn't hold back her tears. Sweetie, this is wonderful. You're wonderful, Mom. It took me a long time to see it. On the way back to Bellwood, Emma was smiling in the car. For the first time in years, she was looking to the future with hope. But the story didn't end there. 2 months later, Olivia was preparing for a big presentation at work. As team leader, she would present the strategy for the company's new project, but this time she would do something else too. When the day of the presentation arrived, Olivia entered the meeting room. Her boss, her colleagues, everyone was there. She opened her PowerPoint slides and began. Professional, confident, as always. But at the end of the presentation, she showed an unexpected slide. Finally, I want to add a personal note, she said. I've been working at this company for 3 years, and during that time, I tried to be perfect in every project, every meeting. But I recently learned that being perfect is less valuable than being honest. The room fell silent. Last month, I made a mistake in my personal life. It damaged my reputation, but it taught me something valuable. Success isn't just about appearing to be, it's about being. I will do my best on this project, not by trying to be perfect, but by being honest and hardworking. Her boss, Thomas, smiled. Olivia, I appreciate that. We need honesty in our team. Not the show, but the substance. After the meeting, a colleague, Sarah, came up to her. That was very brave, she said. I couldn't do what you did. I'm always afraid of making mistakes. I'm afraid too, said Olivia. But fear is worse than honesty. How hard is it to be your true self at work? Can you really show who you are at work? 3 months later, Madison and Olivia became close again. But this time, their relationship was different. Not fake. Real. One Friday evening, Madison and Olivia met at a bar, drinking wine. You know, said Madison, I have problems with my mom too. Really? Yes. She wanted me to be an engineer. I loved art history. But I couldn't stand up to her. Now I work as a financial analyst in Boston, and I'm unhappy. Olivia was surprised. Madison always seemed confident and happy. Why don't you quit? Because I'm afraid. My mom will be disappointed. My friends will see me as a failure. Or, said Olivia, maybe they'll see you for who you really are for the first time. Madison wiped her eyes. It's not easy. It's nothing, but it's worth it. That night, Madison made a decision. She resigned from her job. 6 months later, she started working at a small art gallery. She made less money, but she was happy, truly happy. In Bellwood, Emma was changing too. The improvement in her relationship with Olivia had given her new energy. She started doing things she had put off for years. She began teaching interior design classes at a local community center. Only 3 people showed up for the first class, but Emma poured all her knowledge, experience, and passion into them. Design, she said, isn't just about creating a beautiful space. It's about expressing yourself. No one should make choices for you. You have to find your own voice. The classes grew over time. Emma became famous in the town. She began to be known as the mother of design, and this time she was proud. One day, a young woman approached Emma. Mrs. Hartley, I'm having problems with my daughter. She's drifting away from me. What should I do? Emma smiled. Don't chase her. Just leave the door open, and when she's ready, she'll come to you. Emma thanked her, tears in her eyes. Why are mother-daughter relationships so complicated? Perhaps because we are like mirrors, we see ourselves in each other, and that can sometimes be frightening. 6 months later, Thanksgiving arrived. Olivia and Adam came to Bellwood. They prepared a feast at Emma's house. Emma cooked the turkey. Olivia made the desserts. Adam selected the wine. He was more successful this time. At dinner, as they sat down at the table, Emma raised a glass. This year we lost a lot, but we also found a lot. We found each other again, and for that I am grateful. Olivia clinked glasses, her eyes filling with tears. I'm grateful too, Mom, for everything. After dinner, they took out Robert's old photo albums. They flipped through the pages, shared memories, laughed, cried. Adam said he was sad. He never got to meet Robert. But I see his spirit in Emma and Olivia, he said. And that's enough. Late that night, Olivia and Emma sat on the front porch. The town was quiet, the stars were bright. Mom, Olivia said, I have a project in Boston. What kind of project? I want to write a book about mother-daughter relationships, about loss, finding, and forgiveness. Emma smiled. That's a wonderful idea. And I want to use your story too. Will you let me? Of course, sweetie. But on one condition. What is it? Be honest. Tell everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. Because real stories are preferred over perfect ones. Olivia hugged her mother. Deal. Olivia's book was published, titled What We Inherit, a story of mothers, daughters, and design. It quickly made it onto many bestseller lists. It wasn't just a family story, but a universal one, about identity, expectations, and the courage to be real. Emma attended the book launch. At a bookstore in Boston, in front of a large audience, Olivia spoke. This book is dedicated to my mother, she said. She taught me not pleasure, but choice. She taught me not perfection, but honesty. And most importantly, she taught me forgiveness, both of her and of myself. The audience applauded. Emma smiled through her tears. After the event, a young woman approached Emma. Miss Hartley, I read your book well, your daughter's book, and I found the courage to talk to my mother. We hadn't spoken in years. Now we're talking again. Thank you. Emma held her hand. Don't thank me, dear. You found the courage. I was just a reminder. 5 years later, Emma turned 60. Olivia was now a successful author and motivational speaker. Adam had been promoted at his company, and they had a child, a little girl, Hazel. Hazel loved Emma very much. Every weekend, she would talk to her grandmother on FaceTime. Grandma, my mom says you're the best designer. Emma smiled. No, sweetie, your mom is the best. I just showed her the way. One day, Olivia called Emma. Mom, we're designing a playroom for Hazel. Will you help us? Of course, sweetie. But this time, Hazel gets to choose. Okay? Olivia laughed. Deal. And so, 3 generations of women, Emma, Olivia, and Hazel, began designing a room together. Hazel wanted pink, purple, and gold. Emma and Olivia smiled, because that was Hazel's taste. No one could change that. When the room was finished, they took a picture, the 3 women smiling together. And as Emma looked at that photo, she thought, heritage isn't just furniture or taste. Heritage is love, honesty, and forgiveness, and that is passed down from generation to generation. Emma Hartley sat in her old armchair in her Bellwood home. She held a photo album in her hand. She flipped through the pages. Robert, young Olivia, new Olivia, Adam, Hazel. Every moment of her life was there. And then, the phone rang. Mom, I miss you. Come over this weekend. Hazel wants to see you. Emma smiled. I'm coming, sweetie. I always come. Sometimes, the deepest wounds in families come from silence. Unspoken words, unacknowledged truths, suppressed feelings. But healing also comes from breaking that silence, from being honest, from forgiving. Emma and Olivia had reached the point of losing each other, but through courage, honesty, and love, they found each other again. And maybe this story could be your story too. Are you ready to heal the silent wounds in your family, or will you continue to live with old mistakes? The answer is in your hands.